Hello and good morning. Welcome back to Medali Africa, where we told you that your jewelry fantasies come to reality. So today I want to take you through maybe a bit of what you're doing, out of like everything that we do in terms of production. So with me, we have items that have already been done. They're already finished. These are finished items, just ready for the market. And I want to introduce you to some of them with their names and actually the material that is used, and a little bit of maybe history behind it. All right. So to start off, let us start with this one. This is called the African twist. It's actually made of copper, and it's quite unisex. It is unisex. It can be worn by both male and women, male and female, both of them. And it's just from copper. The good thing about copper is that it had a medicinal value that like I hear, it cleanses the blood, like cleans the blood. So we actually, in terms of not just being looking good and all that, but in terms of your health, it does something good for you. This is the African twist made in copper. We also have the African twist made in brass and even in silver. That is depending on the customer's preference and what they actually prefer to have on their bodies. Next, we have this. We actually call it the Kenyan twist. actually, our names are actually the name of what you're making. It's what you're making it more look more African because they're all actually African origin. So we're using African names, mostly African countries' names. So this is the Kenyan twist. That was the African twist, and then this is the Kenyan twist. So Kenyan twist is actually made from material locally found in Kenya, and that is just copper and brass itself. They're actually whatever that we use are mostly recycled items on brass and copper. So this is the Kenyan twist. It's a bracelet that can be bought by both male and female. It's unisex, and anyone you can actually give to your brother, sister, mom, or even dad. So this is called the Southern Spiral. Southern Spiral. This is actually made from brass, purely brass. It's called the Southern Spiral because it has it looks spiral kind of, and then in between it has a spiral, kind of a spring kind of thing. So we call it the Southern Spiral. These are actually just called pin bangles because they got 3 pins, 1, 2, and a third pin here. Actually made from brass, copper. Basically just 2 items, 2 materials, brass and copper. So from there, so this is what you call the Burundian twist. This is the Burundian twist. Actually, it's mainly worn by Burundians. They like this. It's like our main supply for this is in Burundi. So we call it the Burundian twist. So even if they're making an order, they'll say that I want to have the Burundian twist. So we actually send this to them. It's made of copper and it can also be made on brass. And it can be available in three material or 3 profiles. It could be in brass, copper, or even silver. This is the land of the bananas. This is the Ugandan twist. Mainly, its main supply, the main place that we are actually sending our main clients for these bangles is in Uganda. So that's why it's called the Ugandan twist, and it looks like a rope. Yeah, its profile. I mean, the main motivation, the main background about the whole thing, it comes from a rope itself. Have you ever seen a rope? It's kind of a rope. So the Ugandans are quietly known for making the ropes from this fiber, banana fibers. So that inspiration is what made us come up with this called the Ugandan twist. It's actually the Ugandan twist or Ugandan rope. That's what we call it. It's actually made of three materials. It has steel, copper, and brass all twisted together to make that profile that has different colors and all that. It has like 3 colors itself. There's the red, the golden, and the silverish. That silverish is the steel. This is actually the same. It's the Ugandan rope, but now this is made plainly from brass. That's brass itself. It's pure brass. The whole thing, the whole item, it's in brass. And then from there we go to the most complex items. Those are the rings, necklaces, chokers, bracelets. Now this is where the complications starting. We have pearls here. So this is where we get the complications. We have the rings, earrings. This is where all they bring us to be at work. So we have rings that are made from different pearls with different names and the quite a number. So if I have to give all the name for the pearls with different colors, it will take me another 1 or 3 hours to go. But so I'll just give you a rough idea of what we do. So what we have here is different pearls from different colors and all that. So we're using this kind of pearls to make jewelry, ranging from necklaces, rings, to earrings. So I'll give you a typical example of one. So this is a ring that is made from a different pearl. You can see there's a pearl here, slightly the same as this, but difference is only that the size itself. So this is actually used to make a ring, and you can see this is a ring that all enhances your beauty. Then you have something of this sort. So, and then on the other note, we make bracelets also through plates. This is actually a plate that is actually on a, which is the gauge. The gauge here is gauge 18 wire that is hammered with an African part of it. We're all about African, so we are all about African stones, African jewelry making. So we are taking pride in Africa. So our pearls are here. And then aside from all that, we actually make also studs, earrings. We make everything that just relates to African. Like this is an example of an earring, of a stud that you can actually wear it. It's unisex, can be worn by anyone else. Probably if I give you an example of how it looks like, you can actually have it worn. So, and there we go. So we have a stud that is locally made. We don't have to import all this from different states. We can actually create it here in Kenya. So there's a stud made from brass itself. It's pure and it's not even heavy. It can be worn by, it's unisex. Both a male or a female can actually wear, those that believe in wearing a stud. And from there, we can actually go straight to our main dummy here. So this dummy here has a piece of art that is actually made from brass at different gauges. It depends with someone's preference. There's a few clients of our own that always want to have the chunkiest part of it. So they always want to have a chunky wear. So we have, this is a necklace made from a different pearl and a different thing. So this is the same pearl here that is actually here also, same color. So that's a necklace. Some clients would definitely prefer having a chunky one that has like almost 4 of these features, just the same, just to enhance the kind of beauty. We're all about beauty and just making you look glamorous in some kind of way. So, and then aside from all that, these are pearls. This will be a ring after maybe a few more steps, like just folding it. Could be a ring, could be this big. There's some that always want a chunky kind of thing. Chunky rings, chunky earrings, chunky necklaces. Depends on the customer's preference. So this is actually what we have here. And then aside from all that, we do the African casting stuff. We cast rings. We cast rings here. So this is a typical example of a casted ring. If you can see, still packed because this is like ready for market. Just from here straight to the client, already sealed and packed. So it's just wait for shipments. And that's it.